What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Stomp podcast, where we talk wrestling each and every week. Welcome back again, Caleb. We have a stacked schedule in for us today.
Man,
We have No Mercy to talk about. We have to talk about NXT coming up. We talk about
the stuff on
actually,
AEW that happened.
that's like one thing that happened.
Yes, but it's a big thing that happened.
It
That's
is.
the issue.
We have Fastlane.
Fastlane.
Next week's NXT.
Next week's NXT. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's we have a busy schedule in for today's video. Oh my god, today's podcast. So let's kind of jump right into what we should talk about. First and foremost is No Mercy, which I know that we both didn't catch a lot of it. We
that was a busy weekend for me. That was a busy weekend
for me.
So I was able to catch all of one match, and I caught majority of the women's title match.
I really enjoyed the women's. I appreciate that
good.
it was the main event, and it was I was watching Geek, who's a mutual friend of ours, his stream when he was watching No Mercy. He's like, "Oh, I don't want after that match, after the Dragunov Carmella match, I don't want to watch this, man." I'm like, let Becky cook. Tiffany's a great talent. She can work really well with Becky. They're gonna fucking cook off a fucking a classic, which they basically did. But you watched the Dragunov match. I know that Dragunov had won, so he's now currently NXT championship. But I keep forgetting that Carmella's not.
Well, and it was crazy because during the match, they said something. I'm like, wait, Dragunov's only 29?
So's Carmella.
I knew Carmella was young, but
is it? I guess it's young in WWE.
WWE standards, that's really young.
Mm-hmm.
That's really young. Because Dom's only 3 years younger, and we just called him a baby.
That's because that's his character.
But I always thought Dragunov was in his mid-30s with how long he's been around in NXT.
Yeah, so he's been around forever.
He started really young, and they're like, gotta keep in mind these guys are in their 20s. I'm like, Dragunov's not in his 20s, dude. He's like 33, 34. Then I googled it. He's the same age as Mello.
Yeah,
and
yeah, broke my chair. Anyways, continue.
And what Dragunov does in the ring, he should not be able to do at 29. I stand by that. Dragunov is one of the best workers in WWE right now in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I think his mic skills could use some work, but he's 29 years old on that department too.
Mm-hmm.
It's more, and his character allows him to not be as talented on the mic with the whole. He runs a symphony of destruction almost, where he needs to have some mic skills, and it's going to develop as he gets more used to being in these high level promos in situations, which is going to come with him having the NXT title. He's not the face of NXT because guys like Carmelo Hayes, like Braun, Becky Lynch is on NXT now, but I don't know if I'd call her the face of NXT because it's Becky Lynch. But Dragunov is going to finally get the opportunity to be in the high-profile feuds where we see guys who kind of lack on the mic really develop. Yeah. Because the pressure gets put on their shoulders because they're the main event of pay-per-views now. He did main event when he won because Becky versus Tiffany was happening, which was an outstanding match.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's going to be every time Becky Lynch is going to main event NXT.
No.
Because she also knows she has to give back. And Becky Lynch has been a very willing person to put people over.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't had the issue of, I can't let so-and-so go over because I want the attention. She's not mid-2010s John. She will happily put
first of all, John put over a ton of talent in 2010s. Do not act like he did not.
But he didn't. But not sacrificing something he had.
Okay.
He put a lot of them in the limelight, in the side, but he always beat them. He always made sure he was the star. Look back at Nexus. Where he
no one in Nexus was going to be that big. Shut up.
No, But Nexus was supposed to win at SummerSlam
Yeah, but like
until John Cena went in and cried about it, and that's when Nexus died.
I mean, that's fair,
That's when it happened, and granted this came from Ryback. John Cena wanted to do the same thing to the Shield, where he wanted to beat the Shield, and it was Ryback and either Edge or Jericho were in the match, and they
Ryback.
I know Ryback was, and it was either Edge or Jericho, one of the two. And both of them were also in that Nexus match.
Yeah.
So they knew how that was going to go. And they looked at the Shield and like, you guys need to go fight this. Because we saw this a few years back. If you let this happen, you guys are screwed. And it'll be hard to believe you guys. Becky's not like that.
Yeah, no, Becky is like...
Becky's the ultimate team player.
Yeah, and I hate that people are like, why is she champion? Like, first of all, let's make her Grand Slam. You're not going to make the GOAT of women's wrestling not a Grand Slam. And second of all, like, I hate people like, well, everyone's coming on NXT. It's supposed to be a developmental program. The fact of the matter is that Becky puts eyes on NXT. The Judgment Day puts eyes on NXT. And people are like, no, it's not. There's no one who has been watching wrestling would not watch NXT if they didn't have the chance. Like, no, they would. Like, they're skipping on NXT because they see it as a developmental thing. They see it as like college football instead of like the NFL. You can see in the numbers for the broadcast of people who are tuning in on a weekly basis to NXT because of Becky, because of Dom, because of just Judgment Day, and especially next week, NXT's gonna blow it out of the water with all those people coming on. We'll get into that in a second. We're still covering No Mercy. We got a little bit off track, and Caleb's struggling with technical difficulties. So I'm gonna continue talking and just jabbering on about
my mic was being a bitch. My mic muted again, and every time I hit unmute, it's like, "Hey, we're just gonna refresh your camera instead."
So,
oh no, NXT's great.
Yeah,
and when I had because when I haven't watched NXT super closely, which I regret because it's a great for how young a lot of those talents are. You can move them to the main roster, and they could have they could help carry a feud. It's a great standalone show.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, it's becoming the third brand.
It's the third. It is. I'm not becoming. It is the third brand to me. And when I had the most attention to it was when we saw Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode down there. It was only for his feud, and yes, I know I'm a big Dolph guy.
You bring up Dolph every fucking episode, my guy.
Yes.
He's no longer part of the company, damn it. He has no company currently.
This is playing into the NXT side. It felt like Braun Breaker grew a lot when he was feuding with Dolph Ziggler. It felt like he really learned from... Because Dolph's that veteran side of things. Bobby Roode, veteran. He's been all over. Big star in NXT when he was there.
Yeah.
It felt like Braun really took a step because Braun was the generic babyface, nothing special to it. Oh, I'm going to beat your ass, blah, 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 but I'm a nice guy. Yeah. It felt like Braun took the next step in being I am going to be the face of this company one day. Not just NXT, this company. Because if we want to talk about Dom being young, Braun Breaker's 25.
He's 25?
Braun Breaker's 25 years old.
I thought Braun was like approaching his 30s.
I will pull it back up right now. Braun Breaker, 25 years old.
Damn.
And let's see. Has his birthday?
Is he I don't know his first name. Steiner's?
And yeah, he's Steiner's kid.
Okay.
He had a cousin. But in his birthdays, he turns 26 in April.
Damn, he's got time. That's mania time.
He is really young.
I didn't really expect that. You want to talk about Braun Breaker? Do you want to talk about Braun Breaker?
Oh wait, sorry. No, wait, that's not his birthday. Sorry. No,
that's his debut.
It was he was on the Ravens at some point.
I mean, it makes sense with Holly Spears.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. He turns 26 in 20 days.
Big difference from April. He turns 26 and 20 days from now.
Still.
Braun Breaker has,
and Dragunov turns 30 in 4 days, in 5 days.
okay. I mean, he's still young. In
Still
WWE
young.
age. If you want to talk Braun Breaker, he had a match on No Mercy as well against Baron Corbin. Do you want to know? Do you know what happened in the match?
I know the person who won shouldn't have won.
Yeah, that shouldn't have. And I'm literally reading Bleacher Report's like results. That's the only
You
thing
know
that's
what the funny thing is? That's who I have pulled up the
It literally
results
says
too.
It literally says Braun Breaker brutalized Baron Corbin in a one-sided fight, and fucking Corbin won.
I don't know how they won. How he won. I didn't.
It's just pinfall, but
Yeah, but I don't agree with it. I know the moment that happened in that match, and I saw it was either Instagram or Twitter. Was Corbin sent Braun through the announce table?
Yeah.
And Braun Undertaker that bitch. He just
I
sat up
did
and
see
yelled.
that.
He
I
just
saw
sat
that.
up, and I'm like, bro, there's no way that man won the match. That man just won the, and then I learned he lost. I'm like, that's just bad booking.
I don't think it's bad. It might not be bad booking because it might be like, they might be setting up either a trilogy or they might be setting up like Braun being like, I'm fed up with NXT. I'm going to go somewhere else and go to like SmackDown.
He needs to get the call up.
Well, they've been saying that from now until Rumble, they're going to call up a ton of NXT talent. So
he needs to go. Carmelo needs, and it feels like we say this every year. We say these same names.
Well, yeah.
Braun needs to go. Those two specifically have been ready. Except I really love what Shawn Michaels said about Carmelo Hayes.
What did he say about Carmelo?
He said you need to lay out the groundwork before you can take that next step. You have to build the wall first instead of just skipping that process.
Yeah.
Because Shawn Michaels told Carmelo Hayes he's not ready. It wasn't the other way around.
I mean, if Carmelo's not ready, man, we need to send a ton of talent down to NXT then.
I was. Oh, let me make sure I'm out of the right way.
Also, Corbin rolled out in a motorcycle.
Yeah,
and that just brought out American Badass imagery to me. And with Braun doing the fucking Undertaker setup, I mean, there had to be something.
I saw a funny video including the Undertaker.
What was that?
It was him, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels on a. And
I love
Shawn's like, the modern generation has done a really good job making some of my finishers protected.
I saw that.
and everyone just started laughing because, and it was either Triple H or Taker said it's the DDT of the modern generation.
This.
I saw that shit. I'm like, oh my god. I was like, there's no way Shawn's being serious. And then they started laughing. I'm like, yeah, no, he's not. He's not. Because it feels like the Usos have ruined the super kick. Because it feels like.
And the Young Bucks.
It feels like oh, we're going to throw a punch. Super kick. Oh, we just dodged the punch. Super kick. Everything is a super kick from them.
Oh, it's bad. That's also why I didn't like the Usos very much, is because I didn't feel like they had very much of a bag to use. Like compared to like Trick and like Carmelo, like the Usos looked like they're NXT talent, quite literally. But moving on into a little bit more of the other matches. Dominic Mysterio versus Trick Williams, the referee of Dragon Lee. Where I tweeted on the Curb Stomp Twitter, which y'all should follow, that we basically jinxed Dom Dom because of our conversation we had last week.
I called that shit.
I know you called it.
I called those two matches, but then, man, Dom became Brock. Dom became Brock.
Okay, I don't agree with booking Trick to win and then booking him to lose it right after.
Lose to the same person he beat.
Yeah, and lose it the week.
Same, yeah. See, when I saw that, I knew because you sent me a meme of it too. You sent me a meme of what Rhea said. It was funny too because even my cousin texted me, "Man, Rhea is pissed that
Dude.
Dom lost." I'm like, shit.
It was hot.
And then I'm like, see, Dom's not ready to leave Judgment Day yet.
No, they're not gonna do that.
He's not. He's 2 or 3 years away from being able to be independent.
And having that, like he can break away from Judgment Day as long as he's with Rhea. If Rhea decides to leave Judgment Day for whatever reason, like somehow
he needs someone with him for a while.
I think Rhea at the same time as being a great female wrestler is being his Paul Heyman right now.
Yeah.
Pulling things behind the strings, making things happen. Rhea is at the same time being a manager and amazing female wrestler is cool.
Look, Rhea's campaigning.
She's go. Other than Becky, she's like
Rhea's very much campaigning for, and she's not far enough in to have this conversation yet.
She's very close. She's already Grand Slam.
If she continues to work at the level she is and at the talent she is, because she's reliable for a good match.
By the time she turns 30, she's in the conversation.
I think, she's how old now?
26. It's probably sooner than that. Probably when she turns 28, she'll be literally in the GOAT conversation.
This is her first real long title reign.
No, she had Raw for a while, I think. Let's look at Rhea's reigns. Rhea Ripley title reigns.
I wanted to say she had NXT for a while, but I don't want to say she didn't have Raw for as long as she's had it for right now.
Let me see if it tells me how long she's had the Raw Championship.
See if I can find it here.
It's not telling me shit. Here, titles.
Is this gonna?
She had the Raw Women's title from.
This is her current longest reign.
Yes, because the last one was April to July. It was 98 days.
Yeah. So this is.
Okay, no, that's RCW. Never mind.
Yeah. No, this is her first really long WWE reign, and it's not stopping anytime soon at this point.
No, it's Mania or nothing.
There's no one on the roster right now who should take it from her.
There's 2 people I can see taking it from her at the current moment. Rumors.
But neither of them are on a roster right now.
One's injured.
One's not signed, and I don't want her to take it right away.
No, but if it has to come to it in Mania, I get it.
If it's either Liv or Jade, I'm fine with it.
Only 2 people I'm okay with besides Becky as well, but like Becky's a weird situation where I don't think she can be a Mania match.
She won't want it. She won't want it. She won't. I think she'd rather go against someone who could use the Becky hype.
Yes.
And that's not what Rhea needs right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the other matches. There's the tag match with the family and the Creed brothers, and
I saw my favorite tweet of No Mercy came from that match.
What was it?
So I can't think of Tony D'Angelo.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how you say it.
Yep.
Hurt his knee in the match, and it looked like it buckled. So he left and he came back with a knee brace and just started tossing people around. And the tweet was, "Man, WWE needs to fucking stop with these fake injuries, man." It's back-to-back times my heart completely broke just for this shit to happen. I saw this tweet. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna argue with you on that because my heart broke at SummerSlam too.
That was scary. I legitimately thought she was right, and then I was like, "Oh, that's the wrong knee."
I know my cousin pointed out. I'm like, "Shit." She held her ass off though. To be fair,
that scream scared the shit out of me. I'm like, "Oh my fucking god, she just died."
I was about to cry.
The Heritage Cup had a match with Noam Dar and Butch, which
Butch needs to change his name back.
They said they're doing that. I don't know what's happening. We talked about Carmelo versus Ilya. You said it was an amazing match.
Oh, it was amazing.
Bleacher Report.
It really showed off Carmelo's reigns, if anything, because Carmelo's a more high flyer. Dragunov's very much more Gunther. He's more Gunther like, and it started off both their ranges of being able to blend their styles with each other.
Yeah, they're both very talented. I'm not a big fan.
I
of
am so
style,
ready for them to go.
You know I don't like that style. You know I don't like Gunther.
I know you don't. See, that's the issue. I love that style.
Well, that's why we're perfect as co-hosts because
I love the heavy hitting shit.
I like heavy hitting shit. Like
I love
Roman
big sweaty men slapping each other.
Braun.
I love big sweaty men hitting each other in the chest for 20 minutes.
And guess what? You can have that with like Sheamus and Drew.
Yes, and why do you think I like? Why do you think still my match of the year is that match?
It's not that match. You know, it's not that match.
It's my match of the year so far. Or is it?
we'll talk about that at the end of the year. What our match
End of the year review. But no.
And then finally, what capped out the match was the Extreme Rules match between Becky Lynch and Tiffany Stratton, which I thought was amazing. But even more amazing was when Becky was coming out, that Tiffany was holding the brass knuckles the wrong way. So either A, it was a work as like I'm a dumb blonde Barbie, that's my character, and it was hilarious, or B, she didn't know how to hold brass knuckles. Which either way, hilarious.
I love Tiffany.
Oh, she's amazing.
She's young. She's really young too.
I think she's like how old is Tiffany?
She's young. She's younger than Dom, I want to say.
It definitely has to be. Tiffany Stratton is 24. Oh yeah, she's got time.
Tiffany Stratton is the. She needs to stay in NXT for at least another year. I'd say.
Yeah.
Just she should get another title vein.
Yeah. At least.
But she's the next one up of the women's. Because
it was a fun match, man. She knows how to work.
Because I mean, the issue with WWE is right now, every few years we come by these years of people are leaving. Cena's on his last run. Asuka's probably nearing the end of her runs.
She is 41.
She's in her 40s. She's in her 40s. She's not going to continue to be able to do this full-time stuff. Charlotte needs to leave.
I was listening to you, but like I'm like staring at the screen for a second. I'm like, I'm just clicked.
Yeah, Charlotte just needs to leave. I
don't think part-time schedule. That's what she needs to do.
Oh no, not even part-time. She gets one program a year at Mania, and that's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. She can have
active from Rumble to Mania.
She runs one program with one of the champions. She never wins the title, so we know who's gonna win every single time. But I want that 5-star classic every year at Mania. I want that women's match. I want to go back and watch because that's the only time I want to watch Charlotte. But
yeah, I mean, there's a ton of talent. You mute yourself again. You need to stop muting yourself, my guy.
I fucking hate my mic. I think Becky's coming towards the end of her run.
I think Becky has at least half a decade left.
I think she has half a decade left, but not full time.
No, I think full time, and then she might go to part time.
I think her and Seth are going to mutually agree to go part time for the kids. She's late 30s.
She's 36. 5 years. It's 41.
Yes, and I don't think she can handle a full time workload for another half decade.
I don't know, man.
She's the workhorse of WWE right now.
So is Seth.
Yes, I don't think that Becky has half a decade full time like she is right now.
Not like a workhorse. No, she's. Oh my god, I went fucking Irish there. Oh my god.
I think she needs to start taking some of the small, take fast lanes off, take stuff like that off. I want to see her 4 times a year.
I can see a reduced schedule, but I don't think it's going to be like where she's part-time schedule where like she's a Roman or a Brock or something like that.
No, I want her 4 times a year.
At least.
I want her for the big 4. If she wants to do another show, that's fine. Give me Mania, Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. That's all I ask.
I don't think she's going down to part-time. I think she might go to like 0.75 time.
I think there's a chance she starts to take more time off. I think she'll start taking big breaks between Mania and SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that's
she'll miss some Raws every so often, but like or whatever shows she will be on. But like I don't think that she's like gonna be like part time.
I definitely think she's gonna be at least reduced.
I can see reduced, yeah.
And I think that's why she's doing this NXT run now.
Mm-hmm.
Is she knows it's coming.
She's also been very outspoken about like women talent not being like put over and stuff like that. So it definitely seems like she's trying to toss the torch back. I don't think she's done though.
She's not. I have no point that I say she's retiring.
No, but
I think if she goes
when
reduced
I hear part time, it's like, hey, I'm getting a little older. I need to like stop working. Like Roman on part time is a different story because he's just.
I don't consider. I consider Roman once in a year. At this point, we get him once a year. It feels like. No, Becky's part time would be different. It'd be closer to Charlotte's, but a little more, and a more liked. But
I just knows how to work a mic.
She knows how to work everything.
Well, Charlotte knows how to work a match sometimes.
At Mania.
Definitely.
Oh, the lights are on. I'm gonna wrestle. It's not. Oh, we don't have 50 million people watching.
Can we get this over with? Title on the line, she doesn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah. No, even if there's a title on the line, unless it's Mania, she don't care.
Yeah.
But I think that's why her NXT run's gonna be considered legendary.
Oh yeah.
Is we have a lot of talent down there, women's wise, who needs that veteran.
Dude, I'm so sad. Roxanne Perez is 21 years old, and she has worked with some of the greatest women's talents we have seen in the last decade.
And she gets Asuka this upcoming week.
That's what I'm saying. She's got Asuka. She's got Rhea Ripley, and there's another one I can't remember off the top of my head. That
didn't she get Natalya?
I think so. Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, I want to say she got Natalya.
Legendary. I can't spell.
She is gonna be so damn good. She's gonna be the face of. If we say Tiffany's the next one up, then Roxanne is whatever's after that.
I think Roxanne and Tiffany. I think there's another 4 horsewomen of NXT right now. That being Roxanne, Cora Jade, Tiffany Stratton, and I'm trying to think of another one. I can't think of my top of my head. I'm gonna probably say like Juju Dallin, but I don't watch NXT, so just only comes to my mind.
Do you know who I wish was in? I know, and they're not even on WWE's roster, and I want to say she was on the main roster before she got released. I really wish we still had Toni Storm.
Dude, I was watching Evolution for a video I'm doing it in a few weeks, right? And I watched Toni Storm versus EO, and that shit fucking rocked. Have
you seen her work in AEW?
I see clips every so often.
So her character's she calls it's called Timeless Toni Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's a clip of her with Renee Young doing a backwards interview. And she ends, remember, chin up, tits up, and watch for the shoe, and then throw the shoe at her.
I love it.
And then fit
her every show though.
And then the other night, the one last night was even better. So at one point, she has someone outside the ring. She's like, "It's time for the good old titty slap," and slaps.
You muted yourself again, my guy. Bro is struggling.
Okay, she leans against the ropes and she's like, "Now, time for your very important messages from the sponsors."
I love it. I think I wish we had her back.
And Tony, she's good when Tony Khan has to clarify her character on Twitter. And it's just all that was like, "Oh, we're in the rated R era officially," and even Tony Khan mentioned that in his tweet about Toni Storm.
Yeah,
she is out. I miss her so much, especially seeing that character.
Yeah, I mean, I just going back and watching old talent that we used to have. Now they go to AEW and watching the old matches in WWE, we fumbled so much as WWE fans. I don't watch AEW. I know you don't watch as much AEW if you do.
I see clips.
Yeah, so like as like a WWE Center fan, it's sad that they're no longer in the company. I'm glad they're getting work. I'm glad they're working. They're glad they're happy with a different company.
And arguably our biggest fumble recently has now occurred with Edge.
I don't think so.
Oh, you have not seen him since.
Hey, no, I saw the clip last night. I mean, I get that he's full time now in AEW, which
And
is
the WWE
exciting.
wouldn't let him go full time.
I mean, it's the age and his neck. You want to be careful with that. AEW has a really weird situation where I don't think they're fully taking care of their talent's health. Look at Soraya. Look at Edge. They're putting them in dangerous situations with their neck injuries. That's WWE would not let Paige or Soraya, whatever you want to call her,
Paige, it's Paige.
work because of her neck.
Her neck. Same with Daniel Bryan for forever.
They want to make sure that their talent's safe, and they can't do that. And I know their talent wants to work. I get it. A lot of these guys and women are addicted to their work, but like WWE needs to make sure they're safe before they can let them work.
Oh, I agree. And the only reason the Edge part bothers me is the feud he had out of his neck injury when he first returned. It was the most dangerous feud he did, and that was right after he came back.
Yeah,
working with, even though it was with Randy, who you're not going to get injured wrestling with, and it's not going to be Randy's fault if you get injured. It's not good, but some of the spots they had Edge go through with a very exposed neck shots, he was taking those just fine.
Sorry, I had a fly.
So, learning that they wouldn't let him go full time, I understand his age. I know that's a concern, but sometimes isn't Ray older than Edge?
Ray is 49, but he also doesn't have a serious neck injury.
Sometimes when you know a legend's getting to the end of their career, you let them finish it out.
I fully understand that. I'm just saying I understand WWE's point of not letting him go full time because of his health.
I understand that point, but sometimes you have to give back to the guy who gave you so much.
Fair, I completely agree.
We're seeing that with Cena now, where he's getting his last run, his last full time run. I think we'll have one more. We'll get a match from him next year, and I think then he's completely done.
We'll get him to Grand Slam, and then we'll get him to.
He's not getting the IC. He's not getting the IC.
No, I'm saying like late next year, like SummerSlam Survivor Series.
Maybe I guess I still think if they want to do that,
they need to make him Grand Slam before he retires. Fully.
Yeah, if they're gonna do that, I want him to win it next night on Monday night. It's the Intercontinental Worldwide Open Challenge, and some international star comes and beats him.
Yeah,
I want that to be an NXT call up. No, not Dragunov.
I was gonna say Dragunov.
No, it's
not Gunther
2.0. Not Dragunov.
You muted again. This episode's to be Big K can't turn on his mic.
Thank you, God. Jesus
the
Christ.
Dead air is deafening.
I hate my life.
You need a new mic. That's what you need then.
I need to get a new cord.
That works too.
It's in the room over, but I'm not gonna go grab it.
But I mean I'm very excited for Edge. I was upset about it, and I kind of went into like very gatekeeping, like, well, we got a young talent over, and AEW got an aging out of like almost at the end of his reign talent. I did that. I admit that, and it was probably fucking me just probably being really like upset and jealous over Edge leaving WWE. But I'm really excited for him because he was talking in a press conference like he's never faced Samoa Joe, he's never faced John Moxley, Daniel Bryan. He's never had matches with those guys, and I'm excited to see him actually have those matches and actually like work with the guys he's excited to work with instead of working with Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles, who are both also at the end of their career. When they were doing the Night of Champions tournament thing. So I'm excited for him. I think he's gonna be super creative with it. And also I gotta remind everyone that he doesn't know his dad, and Christian Cage now is against him from last night. So that should be interesting. Also, Beth Phoenix is also now the opening to his Metalingus that he brought over to it.
I love that.
I love that
that so
it's Beth
much.
Phoenix.
It should be, because then she's always with him in a way on the road.
I also love that the note he left that on the fridge when he went to when he's like going to the show in AEW.
I went out real quick. I'll be home soon.
Yep, and just had AEW like somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's all capitalized A E. I went on a walk. Be home soon.
I love Edge. I
miss
didn't
him
really,
already.
I didn't grow up with him very much. I was a Triple H head when I was watching wrestling, and Edge. I don't remember Edge that well, but
Edge was retired by the time I got into it.
I mean, I remember I was watching like 2007, 2008, so I was still like really, really young, so I don't really understand anything that's going on. But like this recent run, he created my favorite faction right now. As well, maybe it shouldn't have been a supernatural faction at that point in time, but you give what they fixed it, they changed it, and just like bro is a legend. You gotta respect them, and
yeah.
But he still put on like great matches. That tag match at Elimination Chamber, the Hell in a Cell. Bro, it's going to be hard to watch him at a different company, but I'm very happy.
It's a lot of those guys are brutal. Like, I saw a tweet that made me sad the other day about Keith Lee. About how Keith. No, because he's in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little sad because Keith Lee was I genuinely thought Keith Lee was gonna have a long title run eventually on the main roster, and it never came to be. It was him versus Dragovic at NXT NXT. It was back when it was NXT Takeover, and these are two big ass men who are just. They are not big ass men because they're top rope, springboards, doing flips, doing everything no one their size could do, and having a great match while doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you see those big guys trying to do the fancy shit and it fails. Look at Braun Strowman every time he goes off the top rope.
Can Braun Strowman even go off the top ropes?
He's done it before.
They never
let him hit it.
I mean, I think he'd kill a man if he did.
But I know he did. They tried doing that kind of stuff with Braun, where he was because he's agile.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't work.
That's like Roman go off the top ropes. That just looks wrong.
Keith Lee made it work.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite Survivor Series match was the NXT Raw SmackDown one, which always makes me laugh looking back because Matt Riddle eliminated Randy Orton from that match. And then they became a tag team.
We don't talk about him.
And then
we don't talk about him.
The mini Shield reunion of Seth and Roman working together to beat NXT. And then Keith Lee pinning Seth. And almost pinning Roman.
I mean, it's really hard to pin Roman.
Was also really damn good near fall.
Are you talking about 2018, right?
It was 2018, I want to say.
Yeah.
Where,
I think that's one.
I think the commentators genuinely thought that Roman didn't kick out. I genuinely think
Roman has the tendency to go a little bit longer than he should, and it might be a 3 by the time it happens, but like we'll give him a break.
I'm pretty sure the fingers were. It was just waiting for the palm to officially hit the mat when he kicked out. I thought it was over.
Mm-hmm.
I was celebrating because I thought Keith Lee just pinned Roman, and then it didn't happen. But it made me sad seeing that tweet the other day.
I mean, it's hard seeing a lot of these talents go off to a different company that they've been with WWE for so long. So
don't worry, we'll get MJF soon. I have faith.
I thought he said a new deal, didn't he?
Nope, just extended to the end till sometime in 2024.
So
Tony,
like he got like a
he got more
6 month
money.
extension.
He got more. It's just basically an extension, just so he could get more money.
I mean,
Because
Trips might be pulling out bet. Like apparently,
Tony Khan's very panicked about losing. Because MJF's in his early 20s too.
dude, I've seen him whenever like he mentions like WWE in some way. Tony's eyes just go big. I'm like,
Yes, because Tony knows it's a
well,
big
also MJF
possibility.
wants to fuck with him so much.
I love MJF.
It's like it is like he doesn't know if it's real or not. It's hilarious. I
forgot who it was. I forgot who it was. Because they met when they finally met. It was some WWE Hall of Famer finally met MJF. He's like, MJF's ruined for me now because he's actually the nicest guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate when the heels are nice.
I love when heels are nice.
I do too.
I love seeing like out in the wild videos of Rhea because she's just the nicest person in the world. When people come up to her, and I've talked to Abby about this, and Abby's like, "Oh, if I ever saw her, I know she's the nicest woman in the world, but like, I asked her to be mean to me." I'm like, and I get that because I mean, you fall in love with the character at the same time as, but like, also, you don't want your hero to be ruined. And I know people are like, "Don't meet your heroes," but like, with some of these people, you can't.
Have you seen the videos of him when he used to do cameo?
No, I have not.
So he used to do cameo videos. It would be like, "Oh, MJF, shout me out! It's my birthday." Blah blah blah. Okay, you fat Pokemon playing fuck. It just starts roasting the fuck out of people. You're probably sitting in your basement right now with lotion on the right side of your table, tissues on the left. Your mouse is all sticky, your keyboard's all sticky, and you're waiting to see this video, you fat fuck. So happy fucking birthday, you fat fuck. Go do something with your life and find some grass.
Jesus Christ. The man is fucking unhinged, but it's the best. It's the best.
He's awesome.
It's not even offensive either, too. It's amazing.
I mean, he has so many iconic moments of like him talking about video games and stuff on a promo. And then I touched a woman. And it just pans to some guy who is your stereotypical nerd.
I would love to be roasted by him.
I would love MJF to be in WWE. I don't know if he would work in WWE with the restrictions.
No, I think he could. There's kind of like heinous heels.
If you look at him and Adam Cole's work,
yeah, the tag team.
Those two have worked. Some of the vignettes.
I'm kind of like AEW does something that WWE doesn't do as well, and it's the vignettes. The vignettes in AEW are amazing. I love watching them. But WWE really needs to pump up their game with that.
Well, they need to stop trying to make them all about being serious.
Mm-hmm.
All of WWE, they don't have fun in the vignettes.
Yeah, let New Day have a fun at our fucking arcade. Like, come on.
It's vignettes of Jade Cargill next week on NXT.
Yeah. I mean, also,
whatever.
I need the vignettes of like, not even like vignette, more like just backstage stuff of like, I posted on Twitter. I know you liked it. Of like when Dom got sprayed by Oscar.
Yep,
I think it was Oscar. And and Damon's like, someone else could be fucking burning.
You're the toughest guy I know. You're the toughest guy I know, Dom.
Or do
you remember the Mandy Rose Otis stuff?
Yeah.
The vignettes we got of that?
Dude, I need bedpan smacking Vince in the head type stuff again.
Like, imagine we got LA Knight stuff on vignettes.
Oh my god. Bring that Stone Cold just for like a 5-minute vignette.
Would you like to upsize that to a large? Yeah.
My god, they are sitting on a gold mine and they just don't know how to do it.
We get fucking. Who else would be a fucking great vignette?
Cody telling a story to preschoolers. Trips, call us up. I know we have like 5 subscribers, but come on.
Oh my god, that story time would go great. What
it
you would
just slowly starts turning into him just bashing Roman.
Seth teaching a dance class.
Oh,
Like, you remember the WrestleMania vignettes we got that were actually really good for no reason?
Are they talking about the parodies?
The parodies,
Oh my god, they were amazing.
the Seth and Becky one,
The joke.
Joker and Batman, and it was perfectly set up for who they should have been.
I fuck. Just give us that WWE. That's all we're asking for right now.
Give us some Alpha Academy vignettes.
Oh my god.
I need more sexy Otis.
I love to see Mandy try to dress up Gable for Runway.
You know what I want? I want Mandy Rose to return and to have a Mandy Rose versus Maxine feud for Otis.
Oh my god.
Mandy just keeps bringing him cake.
Oh my god. I'm dying thinking about just all.
There's so much stuff. There's so much stuff that with the characters they have set up they could do.
They just need to have fun with it. Like wrestling does not need to be serious. It's
Yes.
have it stupid. A dead man who loves motorcycles and has a brother who died in a fire accident is stupid as hell. That's some like horror movie Jason type bullshit. That's again, I love horror movies. That shit's stupid as fuck.
And it was funny as fuck, but horrifying as fuck.
Yeah.
You could not tell me people were not afraid of Kane.
Also, Edge was a vampire at one point. Like, you don't need to be serious about it. Just have fun with it.
Dean Ambrose on SmackDown. R-Truth's entire character.
Yeah. Bring it back.
Well,
the list of Chris Jericho.
That's set for some stupid reason, but
that one promo on the for Money in the Bank with the ladders, where they're all just sitting on top of the ladders, just talking to each other. It's like Cesaro, Moxley, Sammy, and KO, and Jericho, just sitting on top of the ladders, just talking.
Give me the.
Give me literally one of those. I don't want the scrum they have before every Money in the Bank. Give me just a ladder talk.
Yeah, the Jericho one that will always have me was the 2016 Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
Where Ellsworth is standing there. He's like, what the fuck is that? we have a lost child down here. Is anyone missing a child? And it puts him on the list. And it puts him on the list as weird looking dude.
If I to give props to Vince that he does better than Trips, it's that he doesn't keep it so serious. It's the humor of it. So
Trips will win.
I won't say a lot about Vince in a positive light, but that definitely is the biggest positive I can take out of Vince. But we have two more things to cover. I want to cover the NXT next week before we cover the last thing because
I'm not gonna lie, that's so petty of WWE to do that.
I don't even think it's petty. I think it's you brought a gun to a gun. You brought a gun. I brought a fucking nuke.
I'll be interested to see what views. I think it'll be closer than you think.
I don't think so because none of
them are fighting. Only Oscar's wrestling.
Yeah, but like you don't need some of those guys to wrestle. I mean, but like I don't think I just doing Luchasaurus, but like still,
Moxley's wrestling.
But like even like with like Edge was on last night last night was Wednesday, and the NXT numbers from the previous night still beat out the Edge thing. So like, I think WWE just has the name value on it that's gonna beat them no matter what. And I love this because now it's turned into the Tuesday Night Wars. We had Monday Night Wars back in early 2000s, and now did someone fucking die?
Dick Butkus passed away.
Motherfucker! No! Not on the day the Bears play too.
This is not wrestling, but this is even better. I thought your camera froze too.
If anyone, okay, so Kaleb covers football on his things. I have a Bears podcast with a few other people. I'm a Bears fan, and Dick Butkus was like the biggest Bear ever, and now he's dead. That's so fucking upsetting.
Damn.
We gotta move on before I get like actually like upset and start crying.
No, I think that's. I think it'll be interesting to see what the ratings look like. I think AEW will win because at the end of the day, Cody Rhodes isn't wrestling. John Cena's basically just gonna be there.
John Cena by himself makes that show.
Cena will get some views. I don't know how much Paul Heyman really helps.
Paul Heyman helps a ton.
I don't know how much it
when
helps
you've
his
been the
ratings.
guy to he's been the mouthpiece for both.
The old heads will click
He's
on.
been the mouthpiece for Brock, CM Punk.
He'll get the old heads to click on. There's not.
Yeah.
The generic wrestling fan will not go watch NXT just for Paul Heyman.
No, I'm not saying, but it's like when you have like a trade value in like Madden or an LMB, you can kind of see like the line go up a little bit. That's what it does.
He's Sean Payton.
How's that working out for you this season, my guy?
We beat you.
That's because we suck and we need to fire a coach.
Yeah, we do too. But
I hope we lose tonight so we can fire our fucking coach.
I
the
do
first
too.
Time
Okay, but let's get to the big thing actually.
Well, I mean, first,
do you have anything else about NXT?
Well, Asuka against Roxanne Perez is I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but like
that's gonna be a banger.
That's gonna be a banger. John Cena coming in to support Braun. Wait, no, he's Carmelo.
He's Carmelo. And then the tribal
Paul.
chief called upon Paul to go in Braun's corner.
Did Roman ask for it? Is that what they were called?
In the promo, it said Roman requested that Paul Heyman goes in his corner.
That's interesting. That could lead to a Braun Roman match.
I see it more leaning towards Braun helping Roman.
That could help. That could
especially if Braun wins.
I can see it. I also think this might be Carmelo's last match in NXT.
No, because he and Trick have a story to go through.
True, but I mean, it does like having a talent not going to a different show from NXT doesn't mean they're not going to be on NXT. I mean, we've seen that with Becky and Asuka and John Cena.
I don't know if he gets called up, he's called up full time.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to or he's going to have to go to SmackDown where he has the time to jump back and forth while adjusting to the main roster schedule.
But I feel like he fits more SmackDown because like when I think like Raw's more like hard hitting, beat the shit out of you, and SmackDown's more like high flying type stuff. That's what
SmackDown
like in my
needs
mind.
the help. That SmackDown needs the people.
Yeah, they don't have the names on SmackDown. Raw has the names, maybe not like the product, but they have the names. But they say this is Cody's first time in NXT. That's false. He had a match against Bray Wyatt when he was Husky Harris in NXT. Back
he was a mentor.
Yeah. So
he's the first time in real NXT.
In 2.0, yeah.
In real NXT.
Not like the game show, yeah.
Not the game show. It's his first time on real NXT.
Mm-hmm. So, what else is happening? John Cena. I mean, Cody's making an announcement. I think it might be a Dusty Rhodes type tournament.
It's gonna be a Dusty Rhodes thing.
Yeah, because Dusty was a big influence in NXT. He helped like Seth Rollins and Roman.
He built the generation. And
they talked about that in the Cody documentary, where like Cody was like, I wasn't like my dad didn't really support me like he supported everyone else, like, which is kind of depressing.
Because I think he also knew that if Cody wanted to be his best, Cody had to discover what he was.
Yeah, he didn't have to like follow in his dad's footsteps.
Because of his kids, one of them had a weird character, Hall of Fame character.
Yeah,
but Goldust's longevity for his character was not great.
Mm-hmm. They made it work though.
It worked for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dusty knew it's either he was gonna have to be forced down that path if he worked close with Dusty, or he's gonna be closer to Dusty.
And he found his own path, and
he wanted to make him find his own path.
Yeah, and I'm glad he did.
Yeah, And
I mean, he
Cody,
kind of did take from his dad. His dad was American Dream, and I was the American Nightmare. And I'm just saying.
he took that part from it, which is fine. But he's still found his path.
Mhm.
This isn't Cody's. This isn't Dusty's character. This is all Cody.
No, he just took the namesake and just messed
Just
with it. Yeah.
remembering his father.
Yeah.
But shall we
And
talk? Anything
yeah, so
else about NXT?
no, I
Shall we
think
talk
NXT
about?
is wrapped up, and I think we'll start talking about.
Let's get to the bulk.
Yep, the Fastlane PLE, the bulk of this episode. And the reason why this episode is coming out early. I love how my internet is not doing really well right now. That's amazing. I love that.
Episode 3, technical difficulties.
Basically.
Okay. So I have CBSSports.com pulled up with the matches.
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick. I usually go by like least like important to most important matches, or usually the bottom.
I got you.
I got it right here. I got it.
Oh, I know what the least important match is. It's the only one that does not include LA Knight or a title.
Oh my god, there's only I mean, yeah, that I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
There's like 5 matches, by the way. We talked about
5 matches.
We're like, we got one more match, and then like on
They
Raw,
pulled a match.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, they let's talk about that real quick. Tommaso Ciampa and Gunther were supposed to have a match at Fastlane, and it got pulled.
And I was
It
pissed.
Raw.
And I'm more pissed now, especially what happened.
And imagine having Johnny Gargano return at a
PLE. Fastlane. That's when it should have happened.
Give people a memorable moment. Yeah, they didn't do it. They fucked it up.
That is the biggest sell of all time.
And then guess what? You have 6 matches.
Yeah, because this is what, a 3-hour pay-per-view?
Typically pay-per-views run from 3 to 3.5. Yeah,
it's 3-hour pay-per-view and you have 5 matches. That gives you about 45 minutes
ish
give or take, per program.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, some of these matches you cannot get 45 minutes.
Yeah,
total.
I feel like they might they might be a dickheads to us as content creators and make a SmackDown match, a match on PLE, which I would really suck.
Yeah, but like, it's not. They needed that 6th match.
Mm-hmm.
They needed that 6th match,
especially with this first match we got to talk about. That'd be the LWO versus the Street Profits, Bobby Lashley.
That's going to be a quick match.
It's not going to go. It's not. It's going to be pretty fast. It's not.
It's not gonna. And it's not because the LWO is bad. The LWO is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't know who your 3rd member of the team is,
that is true.
That is usually a sign for what's to come.
And also, you're building up Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits teaming up together. You're not gonna. And LW has at least a firm foundation right now.
Like, I can tell you right now, Rey Mysterio is not taking that pin.
No, it's gonna be like
Escobar.
It's gonna be like walking.
It's whoever the 3rd member of that team is will take the pin.
Mm-hmm.
Probably from Lashley.
I could see it. I would say more. They might push Angelo Dawkins a little bit more and have him do the pin, as like
all 3 of them could get the pin. I just think it'll be Bobby because it's his first match he's wrestled in a while.
That's true. I can see that.
They'll give him the pay-per-view win.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's kind of him showing them what it's supposed to look like.
This match just doesn't interest me. I have nothing really to talk about.
This is the bathroom match.
It's gonna be the opening match too. It's gonna be the opening match.
It should be second on the card.
Yeah, but who do you put ahead of them?
Well, the opening needs to be a good match.
It doesn't necessarily need to be. Wait for people to get into the.
What was the worst night of WrestleMania?
What was the worst night of WrestleMania?
Yeah,
that would be night 2. That was
who opened WrestleMania?
Brock and Omos. That was the triple match.
Yes. Now, who opened SummerSlam?
Ricochet and Logan Paul. That was okay.
How was that match?
It was better than that one, but it wasn't that great.
If you do not have a good opening match, the pay-per-view set up to fail. Which is why you let Judgment Day open it up.
I hate this fucking booking too. I fucking hate this
hate it
booking
so
of it.
much.
The booking of this paper view is bad. It's just bad.
There's only one good booked match. It's the tag, not the other tag.
No.
You're tripping.
No, you're tripping. Okay, let's before we like get into an argument about that. We'll get into an argument about that later. But Judgment Day, which is Damien Priest and Finn Balor, probably Dom on in ringside versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
What the fuck are they thinking?
You're putting Cody Rhodes into a tag match for the belts. Imagine Cody gets this win.
That's how you know it's not. You know the outcome.
Because Cody's first belt is not going to be a tag belt.
No, it's going to be the world title.
It has to be.
There's no other option.
And I'm sorry, but the tag division is much lower than every other thing on the card because that's just what it is. Like the tag team is a lower degree. People don't really care about it as much, and I love it for Judgment Day and Finn Balor. Like the Judgment Day having the belts, it's amazing. And I think the only people who really benefit from tag teams are the ones who are actual tag teams, like the Street Profits, like Judgment Day has multiple tag teams infused. You got plenty of those, and those are the people who like really succeed in the tag division. And having Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso who you shoved together to be challenging for them.
You guys are the two of the biggest names in WWE. We need you guys to have a match.
And Jey just got off of fucking being the tag champions. Like, come on, he doesn't need the belt again.
It should have been Jey versus Drew.
Yeah, it should have been.
Should have been Jey versus Drew. Should have been
like we gotta figure out how to put Cody on here. I mean,
this should have been that. It should have been Finn versus Cody, and then Drew versus Jey.
6 matches right there. There you go, guys. Trips, you fucked up this booking. You're great booking. Otherwise, I mean, Payback. People didn't like the booking. I like the booking on Payback. I thought it was like.
Looking at now, there's only 2 matches I actually like on this match booking wise.
I have 2.5. I'll say.
No, because Judgment Day's on it.
No. I don't like that match. That match is disgusting.
I was thought just because Dom was going to be involved somehow in the pay per view, and me is probably.
Yeah, the goat and Mommy.
I thought that's where your half was coming
also,
from.
The fact that Mommy doesn't have a match when she has a program going on right now with Nia Jax and Raquel Rodriguez. Oh, you could have a fatal 4-way with Shayna Baszler on it because Shayna Baszler's not involved in that issue. So come on.
This has probably been the worst booked pay per view of the year.
This is the worst booked pay per view since Trips took over.
And
even night 2 was better.
It makes end of year stuff easy.
What was the worst pay per view booking? I mean, this could be a great pay per view. The booking's just bad.
If it delivers, I'll be happy.
But the booking is just bad.
But if we look at how this is, if we go off what we're thinking, there's no competition for worst pay per view of the year.
I'm really sad that I had to ask for a day off for SummerSlam, but this one I'm actually just off for, so I can't even be like, hey, I'm just good about this one because it's just not like booked well. I'm just gonna go to work. No, this one's just bad. It's just disgusting.
I'm gonna watch it.
Well, obviously we're gonna watch it,
but I don't want to watch this because it scares me, especially seeing how we have our best friend in a triple threat.
Okay, this is my half part. Okay, Io versus Asuka.
Awesome. Beautiful,
amazing match. I mean, they put on a banger a few weeks ago, and then Charlotte. I talked about. I literally was my TikTok. It was like that Charlotte should not be a part of this.
Oh, I know she lost the triple threat. I know she didn't eat the pin.
It's not even that.
Why she's not the one of the women of the 2 who are not in the feud originally from that triple threat. She's not the one who should be in the match.
No, she's like she had the chance to let go of that figure 8 and then push Io off, or push Bianca off.
She didn't get pinned.
Whatever it was.
So what? You're shit. You're horrible. Get off my screen.
Asuka got rolled up, and in the terms of WWE, that means they got a cheap win by Bianca. So I get why Asuka's here. Charlotte, get the fuck off my screen. Like, come on. Like,
You did nothing in that match. You did nothing. Bianca lost the title. Asuka lost the title of the night. If you're gonna go triple threat, it should be Io, Asuka, Bianca.
Io.
Sorry. It should be Io, Asuka, Bianca. Not Io, Asuka, Ric Flair's daughter.
The only thing that may save this match for me is that Kairi Sane might return.
I hope so.
And I hope she just punches the shit out of Charlotte.
And what makes it worse is I just saw a tweet saying that Asuka and Charlotte are going to be in a tag match tomorrow night. With each teaming together.
I get that you want the can they coexist? It never works. And that's kind of what I was wishing. Like, I could see, and honestly, a Rhea Raquel versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, like, can they coexist type thing. That works. Charlotte can't coexist with any wrestler, even when she works against them, unless it is Mania, like we talked about.
She
before.
Can't even work as a face, and you expect her to work well with others.
And dude, like I said, I was watching Evolution a few days ago, and she was good. She worked well, and then something happened in the last 5 years. I think she got complacent.
Here's what happened. I'm the champion. I got pinned. Champion again after a week. I lost the title. Again. And then repeat and repeat and repeat. Oh, they just love having a title on me. I don't have to work as hard.
She got complacent. That's what I'm thinking right now. And the tweets have been coming out that WWE loves Io's championship reign, which makes me scared. Because I feel like I think it's smokescreen.
It's the ultimate bait for a Charlotte Flair title win.
I know, it's scary. I'm hoping Io sends this until the Survivor Series.
I swear to God, if Charlotte Flair wins on Saturday,
next week's
episode. Next week's episode is going to be an hour of us yelling at Charlotte Flair for ruining this.
It's not going to be fun for everyone.
It is. It is going to be bad. That is. There's 5 things we don't want in this world.
And I also hate that it's Bayley's fault in the end too. I know they're saying for like damage control to be fractured, but also you're trying to fracture every other faction right now. Stop doing that. Let a faction be fine. Let Judgment Day be happy.
Judgment Day is happy now, aren't they?
Kinda.
Or there's still conflict with JD?
There's JD conflict, yeah. I think they're becoming more happy with JD because JD's helping them retain stuff.
Can they just officially put him in the Judgment Day?
No, Rhea's still suspicious. You cannot have anyone join Judgment Day without Mommy's approval. That's why Liv Morgan will be the next member.
I swear to God, if she joins Judgment Day,
they teased it a while ago, and then she got injured.
I don't want her near Judgment Day.
I want some live for brutality back. Come on.
I want no. It would be hot, but no. It would be very hot. It would be very fun watching those two drag Dom around. It would also be very funny watching them fight for Dom.
I hate you.
Well, hold on. I need it because I saw it on TikTok. Via's learned Spanish, how to cuss in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I saw it on TikTok, and someone was like, "What did she say?" And she said, she called someone in the crowd a cocksucker.
I kind of love that because that means that they can swear and go back to like the.
It is in Spanish, so if we didn't know how to speak Spanish,
you're fine. And then you put in subtitles, you're fine. Yeah.
I saw that. I'm like, God, I love Via.
That was amazing.
It wasn't on live TV. Don't worry. It was in a live event, but still as good.
That reminds me of like when Io had a match and someone told her to go back to China. She's like, "I'm Japanese, bitch." I love when people just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Oh, I mean, after we cover the Fastlane predictions, I really want to talk about me being pissed that people don't know how to talk wrestling.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. We need to get to this. I need to.
Let's finish out the Fastlane
Yes.
predictions real quick.
So which one do you want to go? I'll let you decide. There's 2 matches left. Which one do you want to talk about first?
Oh well, we didn't predict who do you have for.
We haven't predicted any of these matches, to be fair.
Oh shit. Okay. First
So,
one. Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley and them. The
Judgment
tag
Day.
team match. Judgment Day's winning.
Women's championship.
Who do you got?
I want to hear who you got before I yell at you.
I want EO.
There you go.
Should win.
Okay.
I don't trust WWE.
Okay.
Especially knowing they signed Kevin Nash.
Yeah, that's odd, especially with the LA Knight things going around.
So I'm gonna say for chaos and for the entertainment value, Charlotte Flair walked out of
You're a little bitch.
Fastlane with all of us wanting to die.
My prediction is Io is going to win, but I would be fine with Asuka winning.
Yeah. As long as the winner does not have a C in the first name.
Then you know
they
need a vowel starting with their name.
If they have a vowel starting either of their names,
I'm okay.
They're fine.
All right, let's move on to
which one you want to talk first?
I think the Bloodline's gonna close out the show. So let's just go with Seth Rollins and Shinsuke. Last man standing, World Heavyweight Championship on the line.
This is gonna be a good match.
Nakamura's been a fucking heel, like an amazing heel. But he's not winning.
It's so easy to make him a good heel when all you have to do is make him cut a promo in black and white talking in Japanese.
It's not even that. It's like the context behind it. It's just him. Like, he wants to. I want to break the man. But I do think this will end with a Damien Cashin. Last man standing. That takes a lot out of you.
I don't think so. Do you know why?
Why? Because Roman.
No. Because I don't think they will have that. Only way I see him casting in on Fastlane is if they lose.
What do you mean?
If Judgment Day loses the tag titles, is the only way I see him casting in.
I don't see it.
Because I don't think that WWE wants any double champions right now.
I can see that, but also I think there's also a case to be made that shit. Oh my god, what I was gonna say. I think there's a case to be made that Judgment Day wins and then Damien cashes in. Doesn't mean he has to win.
I still think.
I still think it'd be hilarious if like Damien at the last sec, like
Dom ruins it.
Not even that. Like Damien, like will get some money back next year. Damien still has not cashed in. He either has to force a cash in or he just can't cash in.
I need no. There's only one person who can do that, and it's Dom.
No, I don't think Dom is that incompetent. I mean, Damien just has had the bad luck on his side right now. I mean, SummerSlam.
Damien isn't that incompetent.
But he's had the bad luck.
He's not just had bad luck.
I'm trying to think of who would be that incompetent to have that happen to them consistently.
I still think it's Dom.
That guy's just their best. Off the top of the head, yeah. But but I'm saying that Seth loses. Oh my god, Seth wins this match. Last man standing. Seth's not dropping a Fastlane. He's not going to drop it a small pay-per-view where there's 18,000 people in the stadium. He's going to drop when there's
Survivor Series. I'd be looking War Games Survivor Series.
I'm saying either it's going to be in front of this home crowd where everyone like heartbreaks, and that's where I'm going to be. That's his home crowd. I know he's from Iowa, but like he's a Chicago person. Or it's going to be at Rumble, or it's going to be at one of the big four. It's going to be a big, giant match. It's not going to be at Fastlane.
I know we've been saying that Cody Rhodes, it's Team Cody versus Judgment Day at War Games.
Yeah, they set it up already.
I still think there's a chance that Seth's somehow involved in that match.
I think Seth might be Team Cody, if anything.
I think something's going to happen, and Seth's going to join Team Cody. Seth's going to eat the pin, and Damien cashes in at War Games.
I can see that, yeah.
And then Cody save Seth.
That'd be interesting. I could see that. It's not a realm of possibility.
It's not. There's a lot of stuff that Money in the Bank has so many possibilities. It's beautiful.
It's one of the best things that they've introduced in since the turn of the decade, turn of the millennia. So I very much appreciate the change because you had your Royal Rumble, but that's basically, hey, you have a chance to. I mean, I think John Cena is the only one who has used it at Mania, but I mean, Money in the Bank is anytime, anywhere, any show you're on, you're in danger, which I love.
What if they do it at a house show?
That'd be stupid.
It would be funny as fuck, though.
It'd be funny. It'd be stupid.
No, that's a Dom thing. That's a Dom thing.
That's our truth type thing. To think he's on TV and just go on and try to cash in.
He steals it from Damien.
Hey, he's supposed to come back soon. He said he wants to come back soon.
All right, now for the main event, probably.
Wait, who do you think's winning?
Seth.
Okay, good.
Seth.
Yeah, probably the main event because
I wouldn't complain if Shinsuke wins.
I would.
Doesn't Shinsuke's Grand Slam?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Shinsuke.
He's been US, IC, and tag titles. Has he been a tag champ?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
I don't know if he's had the tag titles, actually.
NXT US and Intercontinental. He does not have tag.
No. He'll get the tag eventually. I would not complain.
Yeah.
Now we get the two goats against the Bloodline.
Yeah, and this one's the toughest one for me, just because you have John Cena on one side, you have LA Knight, who's one of the bigger names in WWE right now, and then you have the Bloodline, which WWE creams their pants over every time they are around. So, but it's Solo and Jimmy, not Roman.
He'll make an appearance.
I mean, he's slated to make an appearance next week on a house show, and a week after that, I think, on SmackDown. So,
and he's reportedly, the rumor is it's Shawn versus Roman at Crown Jewel.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Yeah,
means they need to set it up still.
And it means John Cena and LA Knight win.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think AJ Styles makes an appearance though.
Yes, I think AJ makes an appearance, saving them from Roman.
Yeah.
And having AJ, Gallows, and Anderson all jump Roman.
I don't think they'll jump Roman.
Well, no, they're gonna try to jump Roman. I'm not saying it's gonna work.
I'm just trying to think. I mean, no one. I mean, Jay is not, and it's also interesting because Jay is also on this card, so I feel like somehow they're gonna get involved in that match.
I hope not.
I think there would be some shenanigans, and somehow, I mean, Jay might intervene in this match to help Cena and LA Knight if need be, but I think
I want him a mile away.
It'd be awesome if after the match, after they lose, that they have like Adam Peters have security grab Jay to get him out of the area.
I hope so. That doesn't do shit. We know. The security doesn't do shit in WWE.
No, it's fun. It's fun to see that if you go back and watch some things, you can see LA Knight be security, you can see MJF be security. That's always fun.
Only time security has ever mattered in WWE was WrestleMania 33 or 34, when that one security guard tried to stop Gronk because he was supposed to go in the match, and she never got the memo.
I'm gonna counter that with Rhea riptiding a security guard last round.
Was that scripted though?
Yeah.
This was not scripted.
Oh, this is just an actual security guard.
She genuinely thought that he was not supposed to come over the barricade.
That's quite funny.
And one of the it was one of the people behind the announce table just giving scripts and had to grab her, be like, "No, this is scripted," and you can just see her laughing in the corner, realizing that she just didn't get the memo. To her credit, it was not a big woman, and she was trying to stop Gronk.
Gronk is a big man.
So, to her credit, she did not back down.
Never back down, never.
So, yeah, Well, what's your prediction?
I mean, you brought up a great point. Because of said. Uh, sorry.
Because of the rumors of that we get Roman
Yes.
Cena.
Thank you.
That's the giveaway to me for this match.
Yeah. I mean, unless they want to somehow set it up like that, John comes back. He's like, you had your lackeys take care of me yourself, type thing. But I mean,
He has to win to do that.
yeah.
Your lackeys tried. Your lackeys couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes it a little more lame for me. Because if we didn't have that rumor, this would be a lot harder to predict.
Yeah, no. This rumor came out like 2 or 3 days ago.
This came out like today.
I saw something mention it the other day.
Well, I'm just saying that this is like when it's
It,
like big
it
people,
officially became a
like
reality today.
Wrestling Observer and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, this PLE is just not. It's not booked well.
It's not going to be good.
It can be.
It's going to have.
It can be when Asuka knocks out Charlotte Flair and actually knocks her out.
If we get WrestleMania Charlotte, this could be a great pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, but we're not going to.
But if we get normal Charlotte on non-Mania, we're looking at, I would say, 3 good matches.
I'm saying 2-ish.
Maybe 2. We'll see how. Because I don't know how great the Bloodline versus Cena and LA Knight match will be.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I would trust the Judgment Day to be, and Cody Rhodes and Jay to be great.
They'll put on like a decent match. I don't think it's been great because Cody and Jay aren't a tag team.
They've been in they've had so many tag matches that.
Yeah. Also, like Raw has been just basically, hey, we're gonna have a tag match right now, and it's gonna be a 6-man tag. It's gonna be for the championship. It's gonna be Cody. It's gonna be Sammy. I'm done with it. Also, the fact that most of this card is tag matches, and not just singles matches, kind of pisses me off.
We don't have we have one singles match.
Technically,
one true singles match.
Technically, we have 2.
Triple
threat is also, it's technically a singles championship.
A true singles.
I see 1-on-1. Yeah, my God, my glasses
which fucking sucks.
Yeah, like come on, Trips. I know that you did this last minute, and it might have been because of the Endeavor thing, but like, come on, this is
this is what you should have kept Gargano. I mean, should have kept Ciampa. Gunther. That match would make me feel way better about this pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Which is wild because it's just one match.
Yeah,
but
like 6 versus 5 can make a big difference.
Yes,
and a 3-hour show,
completely different pacing.
Mm-hmm.
We know the match is going to be good because they're both good workers.
Mm-hmm.
That's a match that we don't have to worry about. Hey, can either of these guys fuck it up? Because every match we have on Saturday can get fucked up by someone in the match.
Yeah.
There's no safe match. There's 20,000 question marks each match outside of Seth Nakamura.
That stuck me a question mark because we've never seen Seth in the last match.
Yeah, that's true. Where every match has a question mark. The only match that if Gunther Ciampa was on, the question mark would be, is Gargano really returning?
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the only question you have about the quality of the match,
it's gonna be a good match. Yeah,
it's gonna be a good match. Ciampa won't disappoint Gunther, and it didn't disappoint.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be the most mid
pay-per-view of the year.
Pay-per-view we've had. Yeah, especially since Trips took over.
It is gonna be bad.
It's not gonna be fun. That's
it's. If we talk about best pay-per-views, it will not even get a mention.
No, it won't.
It won't. Unless out of nowhere, Charlotte's great. Cena and LA Knight.
Still even then, I don't see top end like.
If Cena and LA Knight perform great in the ring,
I still don't think it.
If Jay and Cody can work well as a tag, but there's too many pieces that have to connect for it to recover from the weak card.
Yeah.
And with all the talent WWE has right now, throwing a card like this is bullshit.
Mhm.
Where's Drew McIntyre? Where's Kevin Owens?
Where's the second women's match?
Where's Rhea fucking Ripley?
Yeah, the fact that you can leave Rhea off so many fucking cards kind of pisses me off.
Kevin Owens, who's one of the biggest stars in WWE, won't even be at the pay-per-view.
I mean, he might be.
He'll probably fight. He'll probably do something with Dom. Him or Sammy will.
Day, yeah. I can see that.
Why isn't Drew doing something?
Mm-hmm.
He's so anti Jey Uso. Why are those two not going one on one?
He might get about the match though. He might be like, I'm joining the Judgment Day for a second.
Why isn't this 10 names who should probably be on this pay-per-view?
And it keeps going back to what we talked about every episode, is that your talent is being misused.
Yes.
You would be great for this pay-per-view? Tegan versus Becky.
There's so much that you could do.
But no, Trips. Shawn Michaels might need to take over, my guy.
Well, I respect that Triple H enjoys these smaller, less matches.
That's fine. And I love them.
I'm fine with that.
Gives bangers, but when the booking's bad, you know, you can't really.
But don't book this.
Yeah, no.
If you're gonna go reduce matches,
do you know what they should do for like pay-per-views? Have Trips do the big four, and have Shawn do the smaller PLEs.
I love Shawn, and I think Shawn's too perfect for NXT. But I think Shawn's too perfect because he knows that he signs talent. He signs talent.
He can continue to book that at the same time as book the small. I'm saying he books the smaller PLEs, like kind of like.
I think he should book the women.
Definitely. Trips here. You have 3 matches. They're all the men's. Shawn, here's your women's matches.
You look at Shawn and say, "Give me your 2 best women's matches."
Yeah.
For this pay-per-view, and I'm gonna keep campaigning this. Have more 2-night pay-per-views.
I think the only other 2-night pay-per-view that could actually be
SummerSlam be 2 nights. Yeah. Have Rumble be 2 nights. Yes, because 90 minutes of that pay-per-view is taken up by 1 match.
That's true.
That is an hour. It's 3 hours taken up by 2 matches each. Rumble. Move Rumble to 2 nights.
I can see it.
Because last time we had the Rumble, we had what, 2 matches? Or 3? That's not the Rumble.
We had
LA Knight, Bray. We had
Rest in Peace. We had Roman KO.
We had Roman KO. We had the 2 Rumbles. Was that it?
Let me look it up.
Because I don't remember if we had a women's match.
We had Roman Reigns. Oh, Alexa Bliss versus Bianca Belair.
Oh, so we had 5 total matches.
Yep. And 2 of them were the Rumble matches.
2 of them were Rumbles, which means those 3 matches were short. I remember Uncle Howdy versus Bray versus LA Knight was short. Alexa Bliss versus Bianca was pretty damn short.
Yeah, I can get it, and I think you just put each like Rumble match on each night.
Yeah. And the night you have the men's Rumble, that's the night we have 2 women's, both the women's world titles defend. You throw in 1 male's match. That's a non-title. You have a mid-card title get defended from the men's. There's 5 matches there. But then you find 1 more.
And I think, with Rumble, I think you get 5. That's probably what you get. If you sit it to 2 nights, that's what you do.
Actually, no, you really can't because you probably don't have the roster to do that.
You do 5 a night.
Yeah, because if they
actually use the talent properly,
opposite gender heavy on the other night. You can throw some of those people into the match the next day.
Let's say that Rhea loses her championship on the first night. Second, she's in the Rumble.
She can go back. Yeah, you could make it work. SummerSlam should be 2 nights, or even just
last SummerSlam.
And probably expand these smaller PLEs.
Yeah, I can see it.
Instead of going 3 to 3.5, go all the way to 4 hours, and then just make the big ones either a little longer, because I know Survivor Series is not one that I really want to see go to 2 nights.
They can if they just do War Games every year.
If they do War Games every year, they can split that up too, or just go to 5 hours for that.
Mhm.
It would be a long ass pay-per-view.
I just don't want to see the reoccurrence of was it WrestleMania 35 where the main event didn't happen until the next night.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want that to happen again. So.
I don't want that. But there's many of ways you can fix you only have 5 matches for a pay-per-view, which is the same amount as you had with Royal Rumbles happening, which take up a half of your show each, basically.
Yeah.
Giving you 30 minutes to an hour.
My question is, how is this any different, besides Last Man Standing, than a Raw or a SmackDown?
It's not.
It's just Raw.
It's literally not.
It's not good.
It's not. It's my issue with Raw at this point. Is Raw's the same thing every single time. Cool. I love the Judgment Day. Don't have it be the same people. Don't have it be feuding with Cody, with Jay, with Kevin, with Sammy every fucking night. Cool. I love SmackDown. Don't continuously have it be Bobby Lashley and their show and then the Bloodline. Don't just have it be those 2 pieces. Cool. Cena's back. I understand wanting to buy into that hype. Don't just fully commit to the same shit every fucking show.
I get it. It's very repetitive nowadays, and again, I think Trips he's been good on PLEs. This one is not booked well, but the weekly booking is a weakness of his as well.
Which I think what it should probably be is, if we want to give Sean more, let Sean also take one of the 2 weekly shows. Have Hunches tell him what matches he wants for the pay-per-view. And Sean books them. I know it's also the writers.
Yeah, that's true.
But we can't try to put all the blame on Hunter for the shows if this is what the writers are giving them. But we need to find out if the weakness is Hunter just sucks on a weekly basis but can do a great pay-per-view, or if the writers suck on a weekly basis. Because we know it's not the match producers.
I mean, Bobby Roode has been killing it. Jason Jordan,
there's not been a weakness of them. There's not one I can truly say. When I see they produced a match, I get sad.
No, they've all been great.
They've all been great, but we don't get that anymore because the writers either don't tell the story or Hunter just books it horribly.
That is true. All right, I want to move off Fastlane for a second. I've been really pissed off at wrestling fans right now on Twitter, at least, saying the stupidest shit in the world.
That's just Twitter.
That's
just Twitter.
Yeah, but I want to rip them the shreds real quick. Shut the fuck up. All right. First off, that I've been seeing a lot lately. Bro is coughing, and this is the only time he does not mute.
I was hoping it wouldn't be that loud. My mute button. I don't trust muting anymore with how it's been.
A lot of people have been saying that Rhea needs to be a face. No, the fuck she does not. She works great as a heel. She's been amazing as a heel. Keep her as a fucking heel. That's like her character. She loves it. Just because a crowd is around a character does not mean they need to be a heel. That does not mean they need to be a face. You can have a crowd be around a character and still be a heel. Look at Roman. So keep the energy up for Roman, like you have for Rhea. And like Jay says, she's got even bigger balls than Roman. So, like, come on.
I mean, look at Roman before he turned heel.
Yeah, people were against
him. The crowd was very against him, but they kept him face.
And
because it was the story they were telling.
And when they turned him heel, everyone was behind him.
Yes. Long-term storytelling. Cool. If you turn a face in 5 years, that's cool. And some people are just better heels.
It's also why I'm scared about the rumor that they're turning Roman babyface at some point.
They better not.
Because he doesn't work as a babyface, and the tribal chief character is really just
I do not look.
A heel.
Roman's my favorite wrestler growing up as a kid, Roman's very good with getting over with kids. Of he's the big dog. I want to cheer for him.
Yeah.
And I fell victim to that. And but I do not want the big when the Roman got the most over as a babyface, it was because of real life issues.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that to have to be a big thing again.
Let's keep some kayfabe, you know.
Well, that I understand. I understand him coming out to announce that.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like that's what puts you over.
I don't want to have that be the thing. That I don't want them to come back to that and I don't think Hunter would. I don't think Sean ever would.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some riders who probably would, because some of those riders are dirty. But let them get over booed organically.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Dom. All of Dom's work has been organic.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at Austin Theory.
There's a difference between booing because he's a good heel and booing to get him off the screen.
He gets the Roman Reigns treatment when Roman was a face.
And you know what? Austin Theory needs to be a face.
They boo him because they hate him, not because he's over. They just can't stand him.
Yeah. Moving on to another point that people keep saying is that Dom doesn't deserve his championships because he keeps losing. That's the fucking point of the fucking character. Literally, the point is that he's a whiny little bitch who can't win on his own. He needs the help of the Judgment Day. That's the fucking point.
And it's the TikTok clip of asking him who's the pickiest eater in Judgment Day.
Chicken tendies, my guy.
If they don't sell chicken tenders, they have to go to a different place.
I think that's actually real, and I think that it kind of just feels into Dom's character.
If it's not in its kayfabe, I fully believe it. I love it.
It's amazing.
All the Judgment Day stuff is amazing.
They're so good together.
There's stuff. You saw the clip of them playing that game. It was flip the ball into the cup on a string.
Mm-hmm.
Mia did it like 10 tries before she got it. Damien got it first try.
I love that she's like Damien.
Yeah, and then Dom got it first try too. And then Seth tried it once. She's like, has anyone gotten this? She's like, no, Damien got his second or third try. Dom got it first try. And Seth missed the first time. He's like, has anyone gotten it? He's like, Damien got it first time. He's like, oh, fuck this.
People think Chelsea Green is a jobber. Chelsea Green is not a fucking jobber. She's far from
Jobbers don't have characters.
The only person I can think of that's a jobber off the top of my head right now is Akira Tozawa.
Yeah. And he gets booked because he does a good job as a jobber.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only jobber who gets actively booked.
Jobbers get a nameplate, but not announced. Chelsea Green has a full-on character. She gets on screen. She's great. Like, come on.
She also gets announced because Samantha Irving does some magic with that name.
It's amazing. Samantha Irving's awesome.
I would do it right now.
Chelsea, I can't do it either.
But I'm not ending up on TikTok and that being a viral TikTok.
It would be our TikTok too.
Yeah. Chelsea, I don't know how she does it. It's like in the middle of the word, she goes higher pitched.
I can't do it. My voice doesn't have the capacity.
I don't have. No, she's not a jobber. She's not. And if you think she is,
yeah, no, she's literally like probably the best part of Monday Night Raw besides Maxine Dupree, besides Rhea and Judgment Day.
She's the best non-big star of
Okay.
any show. You could even say.
I don't watch SmackDown often, so I can't say.
Chelsea does it work.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. This is a kind of two-parter. Becky should not have won the NXT Championship. Shut up, she's a Grand Slam now, and it's to put eyes on the product. We've seen that literally analytically, more eyes on the product right now because Becky Lynch is on NXT, and that she got carried by Tiffany Stratton at No Mercy, which she did not. They both were excellent in that match. So
sometimes all those young people need is a veteran in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the downside of NXT because the only veteran really in that locker room is also the head of NXT.
But Sean in there, it's good.
Sean's the only veteran for 50 wrestlers.
Sent Austin Theory down there.
He's not a veteran. He's young shit too. That's why I think Bobby Roode should probably be
Oh,
working
Corbin's
with
on there.
next.
What are you talking about?
I don't know if Corbin hasn't been is younger than Becky's even.
Yeah, but like Corbin's been in the business.
Oh, he's 39.
Yeah, so he's been. I look at C Baron business. What the fuck?
But even then, I don't know if he's the right veteran for NXT because he hasn't had that success.
But he's been in the World Championship picture before. He knows
Yes.
he knows what it takes to be over in the business. He just struggled a lot. That's why he went to NXT.
The guy,
Jesus,
and it'll never happen. I still think the perfect guy for NXT is The Miz.
It's not gonna happen now.
It'll never happen. But I think he's the perfect veteran for the Miz.
I think if he retires anytime soon, I really doubt. But like, if he retires anytime soon and he wants to be like a mentor to like down there,
he needs to be a mic piece in NXT.
I can see that. Yeah.
Let him and Braun cook.
Making the announcer role that he was when he first signed with WWE.
No,
it was an announcer. It was like a Ryan Seacrest
game show host.
Yeah,
the Diva Search.
Hey, Hunt. that led him to be one of the best heels in the company and 2-time world champion.
But I think the men's roster could use some help with a veteran like the women's have, or 2 or 3. Yeah, they have Corbin. Corbin could be seen as one. I think they need 1 or 2 more.
Yeah.
I don't know who that would be right now. Would be the only issue.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Which would probably be the benefit of trying to bring someone like Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin.
Man, it's only if they still have those people on the roster.
Yeah,
Cedric Alexander would be good down there.
Cedric Alexander, guys who have been around the block in WWE, who can go be in NXT, shine in NXT, but also be there backstage, helping them out.
I think this improvement of like having Becky around and like bring Asuka and John Cena, even Cody just around.
I mean, we've heard stories of John continuously helping talent backstage on the main roster. The WrestleMania story of how a segment was going to get cut of someone at Mania, and Cena's like, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom," like 3 minutes before he's supposed to do his entrance.
I know what story time I'm trying to figure the roster.
It's Brodus Clay.
Okay, yeah.
He went to the bathroom for like 15 minutes, so Brodus Clay could have his WrestleMania moment. Got stuff like that is why you have it's anything. There's reasons why you have veterans and they're so highly sought after. Because you need guys who've been around the block. That's why AJ, I feel like, still is on SmackDown. Is even though he doesn't wrestle much, he's been a world champion. He's probably a SmackDown. He's probably a tag title away from Grand Slam in WWE.
I think so.
But he's been around the block. You need that veteran in the locker room, especially with Grayson Waller, who Cena's calling the next Miz. He's already there, but having someone to kind of help finish the product is going to be great for him.
Sorry, I'm looking at this. And I'm seeing that how many times that AJ Styles has been a U.S. championship is quite wild.
He and KO played hot potato.
True. Okay.
Because they also one of them lost it at a house show.
Happens.
Stuff like that.
And like one last thing is that kind of like overall is that people say that Tiffany is getting buried by Becky. And I think that goes over a larger part that losing does not mean you get buried. Buried is when you get embarrassed on TV. It's kind of like, not that it was them trying to bury him, but the dog food thing with Roman in 2019. Anyone else that they would have been buried.
Do you know who has the most losses in WWE history?
Kane.
Do you know who is second?
Probably Miz.
Do you know who you'd never get that? Do you know who fourth is?
Ziggler?
Actually, yeah. Do you know who fifth is?
Is it Ziggler?
Yeah, fourth was Ziggler. Do
Fifth,
you know who fifth was? Fifth most losses in WWE history.
Cena.
No, it's not quite Cena. It's Randy Orton.
Close.
So are you
Okay.
gonna tell me Randy Orton has been getting buried?
No.
Are you gonna tell me Kane's been getting buried because he's lost some matches? Ziggler has gotten buried some, but that's what he became later on in his career, was just a guy to do that because he was willing to. Same with The Miz.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Burying is Daniel Bryan on like winning his championship and then getting immediately cashed in on.
that's not even keep burying. That's
It's
burying is what Bronson Reed does.
it's an attempt. It's an attempt to bury at least.
Yeah. Look, big
Finn
six.
Balor of the last 5 years. It's been.
Yeah. The Big Show. You tell me he's been getting buried. Look at Cody Rhodes now. I mean, Triple H has top 10 for most losses in WWE history. Chris Jericho.
Mhm.
A lot of these guys on this list, you cannot tell me we're getting buried.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just because you lose a match and just because you lose a title match when you're like in the middle of it does not mean you're getting buried. It just means that they're taking a different story, right? That they're probably building you for something else. Like Tiffany is probably getting built to either A, reclaim the championship, or B, go on to big things. Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it when we were talking about last episode who the greatest woman of all time is. Charlotte Flair's big knock is she's not been able to hold the title for a long time because every time they give her the opportunity, she fails.
Mm-hmm.
And she can't, but she also can't do anything without a title.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at Becky. Becky is great with the title.
Yeah.
Doesn't need one.
Yeah,
Seth had a long run in the middle of his career between now and after when he became the Visionary, where he did not hold a title.
He had like 1,000-something days right before he got this one.
And he did not need the title. And he lost his fair share of matches.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Cena. Cena hasn't had one forever. He does not need a title. LA Knight has never held a title in WWE.
It's not burying if you lose.
If you lose a match, it's not fine.
The only time oh my god, I cannot talk. Holy shit! Burying is the act of pushing down a talent so that they no longer show back.
If you get squashed,
yeah, like,
and even then, half the time it's not even. If you get squashed, it doesn't always mean you're getting buried.
Yeah, the Natalia match wasn't burying Natalia.
No, it was putting Rhea up.
Yeah, it was showing that Rhea is a powerhouse. That
when Braun Breaker debuted against LA Knight, LA Knight got squashed. That was not so much LA Knight getting squashed. That was Braun Breaker surviving.
Yeah.
If you're getting squashed by Bronson Reed, that is a squash.
Mm-hmm.
If you're getting squashed by...
If you get squashed by Shinsuke, I mean...
Shinsuke, there's not... It's with him being in the world title picks right now. Not the end of the world.
But like a year ago.
It's because you're getting buried.
Mm-hmm.
There's guys who if you get squashed by it, does not mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
Losing to Becky Lynch is not a fucking squash.
No, and if Tiffany got squashed by Becky, she still wouldn't have been fucking buried. It still would have been like, okay, we're showing up Becky as like dominant force, and then guess what? You bring Tiffany back out for a rematch, and have her fucking ball out.
Like, guess what? I can guarantee you right now, Jade Cargill is going to be a match while Jade is in WWE. That's going to end quickly in her losing.
Mm-hmm.
It's bound to happen. Look a few years back at Bianca Belair at SummerSlam with Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
That was not burying.
I think Twitter... I think I need to remind myself that the average person is pretty dumb.
Yes.
And there's a lot of dumb people on the internet.
And
that are under average intelligence.
And the average wrestling fan does not look at something and say, oh, they lost, they're buried. Like, when we talked about how Baron Corbin beat Braun.
Mm-hmm.
That's not them burying Braun.
No.
because they did everything they could to put Braun over during that match.
Mm-hmm.
Burying someone as Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania against Sheamus when he lost in 13 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That's burying.
At least attempt to, yeah.
Yeah, they could not.
Yeah,
They could,
you couldn't bury Daniel Bryan.
they did not.
They tried their damnest.
Everything they tried, Daniel Bryan just pointed 2 fingers up in the sky, and the entire crowd was behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Bryan was the unsquashable force.
Yeah, I can't think of many other talents besides being like John Cena that you cannot squash.
Roman.
You can squash Roman.
No, you cannot anymore.
You can bury Roman.
Not at this point.
Yeah, you can. Make him babyface.
Seth.
You could bury Seth.
How?
How you're asking how I'd bury Seth?
Yes.
Make Damien announce his cash in ahead of time and have Damien squash Seth.
To me, that's still just putting Damien over.
But he's the visionary. He's supposed to know what's coming. He's supposed to know.
Fine. How are you squashing Rhea fucking Ripley?
How you squash Rhea Ripley?
You can't right now.
You don't book her.
Well, then she's getting squashed right now. She's getting buried.
She's getting buried.
She's getting
They're
buried
burying
now.
the fucking women's division, my guy. We've been talking about that for the last 3 weeks. Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of people on this roster you can't bury right now.
It'd be hard to, but you can bury them.
You seriously just can't bury Seth. He has the Daniel Bryan effect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and it's Rhea has the same with Dom.
No, you can bury Dom.
No, because he's already buried.
He's buried by the fans, not by
he's
talent.
He's buried, and it just so happens that they left a hole in the dirt for him to breathe through.
He's being buried as a face. As a heel, he's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I do not like that. It's crazy that the best heel in wrestling right now is arguably the son of the greatest face in wrestling.
Yeah. But Ray's never been any type of heel.
He's never been a heel.
Not even like John Cena face, where he's like, "I'm gonna mentor you, but I'm gonna kick your ass on a mic." Seriously, I don't know how Roman survived that fucking promo.
Dude,
that was burying right there.
That wasn't even purposely burying.
That was him. That was John trying to fucking pick.
That's just John being the ultimate veteran he was.
Mm-hmm.
That was, and that's why I want a Grayson Waller promo with John. Not a promo, a feud.
I don't know about a feud, but
I want to fully him and Theory worked so well because it's the same thing.
Theory still hasn't recovered from that though, and we're how many months since Mania?
I don't know if he's going to recover.
We're 6 months from Mania.
They need to just send him to NXT to
make him face. That's how you fix him.
Recuperate. He's not ready.
You fix him by making him face.
He's not ready for the main roster. The more I think about it.
No, that was a Vince thing.
That was a Vince being really high on him thing, and he's not ready.
Yeah.
Which is wild because he just had a really long run. But I don't think he's ready for the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can only think of one match I can honestly say that was good by him. Which is funny because it was Pat McAfee.
Yeah. I was thinking the Elimination Chamber, but that wasn't really him. That was just throwing around him.
And that was, and it as much got over because I'm a huge McAfee guy. And walking out to 7 Nation Army
mm-hmm.
as his second wrestling match, WWE match, first one as a face,
mm-hmm.
and that's with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
You know what's burying, but what people saw as burying at first, but later became WWE trusting the talent. Sammy versus Johnny Knoxville, WrestleMania 38. It was an attempt. It looked like burying to everyone else. Am I stuck?
No.
You're alive.
No.
But but that was, they put their trust in If it was Sammy fucking up and hurting Johnny Knoxville, he would have been buried.
He would
But
not have been. He would have been cut.
yeah, and the fact of the matter is that since it looks like a bury, but they put over Johnny Knoxville so well, Sammy ended up becoming one of the bigger talents in WWE we have right now. So you can lose in horrific fashion and not get buried. It might look like a bury at first, but later on it's just, hey, talent they have a ton of trust into you.
Yeah. No. That's where I love celebrity matches.
Mm-hmm.
Is Damian more Money in the Bank because of his?
Mm-hmm.
Sammy got his push because of his.
Yeah.
We see all these celebrity matches. I still think a big reason why Seth ended up winning the world title was that Logan match was a banger.
Mm-hmm. I see that.
We can keep
I mean,
looking
is
at
Logan
it.
really a celebrity wrestler still?
Yeah, because
He's
he's still in the single digits for matches.
I guess, yeah.
Once
Survivor Series. He's gonna be part of the War Games match. Just the 5th member for Judgment Day.
No, because Judgment Day hates him.
Yeah, we're like, fuck, we don't have any other heels with us.
We don't. No one will team with him again. But it was funny when he came out in the Rumble. I'm like, oh yeah, Logan Paul. My uncle's like, Logan Paul's wrestling. He's like, yeah, he's a good guy because my uncle doesn't know wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone jumped him. And he's like, huh, that looks like a good guy.
All right, we're closing in on 2 hours, man. We gotta wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up.
But yeah, let us know what your guys' Fastlane predictions are. Let us know how you guys think people get buried, or give us examples of people actually getting buried, not like bullshit like, "Oh, I lost in this Smash match." No, you don't get buried like that. But anyways, our socials are down below. Remember to subscribe. It is always free. Follow us on Spotify if you guys don't have the time to watch us on YouTube. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week when we recap Fastlane, and I believe we have some other stuff planned, and NXT will probably be done by then, so we can talk about that as well. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye.